Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. The world is full of incredible objects, many of which date back hundreds, thousands, and even millions of years. Some of these treasures are now missing, leaving the next chapter of their fascinating stories unwritten. From a sacred cup believed to have once held the blood of Jesus Christ to the most ostentatious Easter eggs of all time, here are some of the most wanted lost objects in the world. Number 1. The Lost Faberge Eggs. If you're interested in lost treasures, you're bound to have heard of the fabulous Faberge eggs. Manufactured by Imperial Russia's House of Faberge between 1885 and 1917. These stunning objects began life as extravagant ornamental Easter gifts passed between Russian monarchs. Tsar Alexander III commissioned the very first Faberge egg to give to his wife, Empress Maria Feodorovna, for their 20th anniversary. The Empress was so taken with it that Alexander appointed Faberge as the imperial crown's official goldsmith. These stunning works of art were crafted using precious metals and exquisite gemstones. Each one featured its own unique design and contained a surprise inside. It's believed as many as 69 Faberge eggs could have been made, although historians can only confirm the existence of 57 of them. The lost imperial eggs include 2 that were given to the Empress as Easter gifts in 1888 and 1889. Called the Cherub with Chariot and Necessaire respectively. These names are almost all we have to go on today. Precious little is known about the eggs, their designs, or the surprises that lay within. And there are several others missing too. Another of the lost eggs was made in 1897, 3 years after Alexander's death. The Empress received an egg called Mauve from the couple's son, Nicholas II. Where it is now, nobody knows. But the surprise, 3 small heart-shaped photo frames that open out into the shape of a 3-leaf clover, is in the possession of Russian billionaire and avid Faberge egg collector Viktor Vekselberg. Number 2. The Holy Grail. One of the most renowned Christian relics, there has been a great deal of debate regarding exactly what the Holy Grail is or was. The subject of several popular movies including Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. The most common depiction of the Holy Grail is a goblet fashioned out of gold and adorned with beautiful gemstones. But rather than any material value the cup may or may not have, the real reason why the Holy Grail is so sought after is that Jesus Christ himself is said to have drunk out of it at the Last Supper. Then, a short while later, as Christ was crucified, it was used to collect his blood, an act now symbolized by the ceremonial wine drinking we see at church services today. Treasure hunters are still searching for the Holy Grail, but even if anyone were to find it, they would have a hard time proving it. In 2014, 2 Spanish historians claimed to have found the goblet at a church in Lyon. A study confirmed it was made within the right sort of time period, but scientists have no way of confirming whether it was indeed the cup of legend. There are said to be around 200 Grail cups in existence around the world, and nowhere has it actually been confirmed that the Holy Grail was even a cup. In fact, some scholars have gone as far as to question whether the Holy Grail ever existed at all. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 3. The Maxberg Archaeopteryx. The Archaeopteryx was a species of flying dinosaur that lived in the late Jurassic era. The study of Archaeopteryx fossils has established links between these airborne predators and the birds that inhabit our skies today. Unfortunately, Archaeopteryx fossils are extremely rare, with only 11 ever having been discovered in researchable condition. One of those is the Maxberg Archaeopteryx, a lost treasure that hasn't been seen since the death of its owner in 1991. Following the fossil's discovery in a German quarry back in the mid-52s, the quarry's owner, Eduard Oppich, sent it away to be examined by a geologist who confirmed it was an Archaeopteryx fossil, an extraordinary find considering only 2 others had been discovered up to that point. Unfortunately, Oppich was an eccentric loner with a short fuse. Though he agreed for the Maxberg Museum and more time to display the fossil for a time, sale negotiations with the Munich State Museum fell through, and Oppich refused all further requests to view or study it. Instead, he took it home and hid it under his bed. Now, almost 3 decades after his death, the whereabouts of the Maxberg Archaeopteryx are a total mystery. Some say he sold it to a private collector, although experts are skeptical that anyone else would have acquired it and been able to keep it a secret all this time. Considering it's not been seen for such a long time, the most believable theories are that Oppich either hid his treasure or took it with him to his grave. Number 4. The Amber Room. We're only a few entries into this list, but it's already clear to see Russia knew how to do opulence. Case in point, the Amber Room. Originally a gift from the King of Prussia, Frederick Wilhelm I, to Russia's Peter the Great, the Amber Room was just that, a 180 square foot room with walls made of amber and gold leaf. 6 tons of the stuff, to be exact. The room was so stunning it was nicknamed the 8th wonder of the world. Over 200 years later, the Nazis invaded Russia and began looting the country of its most valuable treasures. Wondering at the wisdom of trying to shift 6 tons of fragile amber out under the Nazis' noses, the Russians attempted to hide it instead by wallpapering over it. Sadly, the Nazis saw through this ingenious plan. The Amber Room was dismantled and sent to a castle in Königsberg, Germany. There, it was reconstructed and displayed for a while. But as the war headed into its final act, the room's valuable components were boxed up and hidden away, never to be seen again. Some historians surmise that the Amber Room was destroyed by Allied bombers targeting the castle, while others suggest the Nazis attempted to smuggle it out and may have lost it somewhere along the way. Several groups of treasure hunters profess to have found the Amber Room, even as recently as June 2019. But so far, the 8th wonder continues to elude us. Number 5. The Honjö Masamune. Honjö Masamune is widely regarded as the greatest Japanese swordsmith who ever lived, and the blades he crafted are among the most valuable and sought-after weapons in the world. One such blade is the Honjö Masamune, said to be one of the finest Japanese swords ever made and missing in action since the end of World War II. The Honjö Masamune was originally the property of the Tokugawa shogunate, passed down from one shogun to the next. The story goes that Uesugi clan general Hanzo Shigenaga survived an attack by an assailant wielding the blade and took it for his own. When Shigenaga ran out of money, he was forced to sell the sword, but it eventually wound up back in the hands of the Tokugawa clan. It was last known to be in the possession of Prince Tokugawa Ieyasu, who died in 1963. When the United States occupied Japan following the Second World War, they outlawed the production of such weapons, and the Honjö Masamune was apparently one of over a dozen handed in at a police station in Meru, Tokyo. It's said that the police then handed the swords to Sergeant Cody Bemore of the Western Pacific Army Forces Foreign Liquidations Commission. But this is where the trail goes cold. The blade hasn't been seen since, and to this day, its whereabouts are unknown. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.